Good afternoon, folks. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from across the shop, and you're very welcome back to the channel. And we're going to talk about two knives today, and then we're going to talk about the company a little bit, because it's really important that some of these points that I'm going to bring up is why Rosecraft blades are being so successful. Why you're seeing so many videos on Rosecraft blades. Thankfully, they've made enough blades very quickly that you're not watching the same ones over and over again. You're getting a good interaction between loads of knife buyers, collectors, whatever you want to call us people, and the consistency, that big word that's very much prevalent in all knife making. Consistency, consistency, consistency. It's just got to be if you want to stay in this market and sell your knives. And Rosecraft are one of the best components of it. But it's not the only thing. But anyhow, let's look at the two knives we're going to talk about. One's an older pattern. It's a young company, so it's not going to be an old pattern. It's just an older pattern, and a more modern pattern, which is the Obed Creek bow trapper, and this is the Appalachian Jack. Now, when this first came out, I thought, why is that in the back there? I don't like that. And that was my instant thought. I don't really like that. But does it affect the knife? No. Does it add something to the knife? Most definitely. And it sort of takes me sometimes, I need to sit back and think, well, what would I use that for? You can use this for so many things. It's shaped like a little pry bar. It's thick. You can thin it if you wanted. But when you think about knives as self-defense, I would never pull a knife out and use it unless my life really depended on it, right? But this is just a cubiton. It's a nice straight shape. You have a projected piece of metal coming out the bottom. You hit that in any of the pressure points. But now, if you don't know them, that's pointless. But you just poke somebody in the chest with that to get them off you. And that's all it needs. Poke in the chest, run away. I mean, that's what a cubiton, can be used for. It can also be used to controlling somebody, making them move where they don't particularly want to when you've got them secure. So, and it can be used for anything. But it's sturdy and thick, glass breaker. Yes, it will definitely do as a glass breaker. You have a corner on both sides. And the nice thing about this is they made it big enough that when you hold it in this position, this is automatically out at the back. So you have got just enough to cause enough damage to somebody. A poke, even somebody's got your hand, a poke in their hand, anything at all to get them to release and let go. Really important. If that's, what you want to use a knife for. It's not something I've ever had to use, but it's there. And I mean, I can understand why this is here. Pop a bottle open, a bottle top open with this, not a problem. But the knife itself, it's that neutral handle. And a lot of Rosecraft blades do have a neutral handle that suit the knife blade. This is a clip point. It's come down to a nice thin edge, great for poking into things, for slicing. You have a D2 blade, I'll tell you there. There's Rosecraft blades, and you'll see the difference between this. This is etched on. You've got the rose shield, which I personally like. Black micarta. You have fit and finish that's just, immaculate. It has been from the word go. It has been finished. Lovely polish inside, polished. Everywhere is polished. It's just beautifully done. Steel bolsters. These are nickel silver pins, I believe. Stainless steel liners. Really lovely knife. Listen to that. Firm click in the half spot and a firm close. Absolutely up the hey diddle diddle. And I can show this knife up close. How many case knives at the moment, and I'm picking on them again, I know that, but case and other knives that you can pick up and constantly show how good the back is. And I'm talking knives that are between 40 and £65. 40 and £65. Their fit and finish is consistently good. Not only good, it is extremely good. Really is. And the knives are solid, they're well made. I do love this. And this is an unusual sort of clip for me to love. It really is a slim, you have that clip nearly up to it, but it's not. But it's got a real jaggy. If you can see this, I like to do this. When it plucks the skin, there you are. You see that? It's just plucking the skin. You can see it there. So good for anything, you know. I mean, this is actually a great knife to take out when you're camping as well. It really is. I mean, it'll take scalps out when you've got wood. It's got a nice edge. It's, you know, thin enough. It'll do a bit of whittling if you want to do it. It'll do, you know, bore a little hole in a piece of wood. It will do everything you can, and you can also use it for food or whatever. It's long, straight. It'll do, but it's got a little bit of belly, so you can get it down. But the sound is amazing. Super job. That's the Appalachian Jack. And this cost today on Heinne Haynes £43. D2, micarta, stainless steel, £43. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal for that knife. It is a bit odd, but there's plenty of uses for that. You know, instead of thinking of the bad things, if you lock yourself out of a house, there's your back window breaker. Bang, take a wee small window out in the back, and you're not going to have to use your hands whatsoever. Super knife. Take that out of the way. Sorry, I'm going to give you a comparison that I would think for this. It's sturdy, well made. There's a GEC, number 71, bullnose. Now, granted, it's got a little bit more of a blade edge than this, but it's a robust. You can see there. Oh, this is a bit thinner at the edge, but thicker at the top. A little bit extra cutting edge, is it? No, it's not. It's, well, maybe a millimeter or something. But a really good comparison is that number 71. And lengthwise, this beats it. You know, beats it. It gives you a longer handle grip. So this, when you're holding it, it's not sticking into you in any way. It's free. And the other thing people say, oh, if you're carrying it in and out of pockets, this is not a clip. You know, this is not there is no clip that's going to clip this in your pocket. This goes into a sheath, upside down like that. Absolutely perfect carry. That's never going to bother you in any part of your day. And then again, just open your slip up and out it comes. Then you've got this if you need it. So that was the comparison for that. The next one I'm going to say, I'll have to say, I'm going to take this out of the way. Maybe color draining. There we go. This one is the Bull Trapper in green micarta with the Andy Armstrong skull, which I think looks amazing. And they've done a few different crests, or not crests, but pins on their knives. And this one is my favourite by far. By far. And I actually have the perfect sheath for it. Look at that. Lovely sheath, coffin sheath for this Bull Trapper. And it just slips in there lovely. I love this sheath. I got this as a gift with a knife, so a really lovely sheath. But the micarta, again, done well. It's smooth. There's not much grip to it, but the knife doesn't need it. You know what I mean? These are pen knives. But what I do like is this blade. Look at that blade. Are we calling that a clip or are we calling that a drop point? I just think a drop point, but a lovely bit of belly on it. Good sturdiness. You can see my finger. You've got a really good, deep, sturdy blade. I love that. And the Bull Trapper gives you that straight point, you know, it keeps your knife pointing at what you're working as. I mean, there you go. You get down to the tip and you're not up really high just to get down to that tip. It's beautiful. I think this is one of the nice knives. This is one of the, and because you've got this ricasso here where you can just get in, get your finger in, you're jammed in there. It's beautiful. This isn't closing on you anyway. It's a good sturdy snap on this too. Into half stop, down into the blade. Of course it's centered. Of course it is beautifully put together. That is the consistency. Now this is I just adore this knife. I think it is lovely. Now this one's a little bit dearer. This one is £64. Again, how can you beat that? But there you see the difference. Remember I showed you on the first one? They've now got the Rosecraft stamped. I love a stamped blade. And then on the other side you have Andy Armstrong's logo and the D2 and the model number. £64? Absolutely all day long. Not a problem. And both these two blades are UK legal. And what makes them UK legal for those out there? The cutting edge is under 3 inches on both of them. So there again, that's it. Totally legal. You don't need, it's a slip joint. The cutting edge is under 3 inches long. It is legal. That's it. At the moment, that's what it is. So, you can, there's all this talking of stuff, but there's been talking like it for years and it hasn't changed. Excuse me, do I get a wee sip? But the materials are just super that you get with the Rosecraft knives. And they're changing them about. We've got lovely bone coming. We've had lots of different materials, and that's the nice thing, that they do change up. Even the crests are changed up to different things. I like that. I like that a lot. If you want to try one at the minute and you've never had a Rosecraft blades, spend £43 on that, because it will get you buying more Rosecraft, because this is every bit as good fit and finish wise as this. I think this is a more elegant knife. I love the fact I like the bow trapper as a stockman and things like that, but a single bladed bow trapper is just beautiful. It's nearly, it's nearly like a pistol grip completely. It really is giving you that forward motion. Super. Really impressed with that there. And you can see the difference in the blade in these two. Look at the depth in it. This is slightly longer, but the depth for a working blade. This here is a definite, dare I say the word heavy use, because our hard use, it's a slip joint. They never get that much hard use. But this could do a ton of work. An absolute ton of work. And with D2 steel, you're quite safe. I mean, I've used Rosecraft blades so much now from when I got them. Their D2 is absolutely fine for heat treatment. I don't know what exactly it is. I haven't got a tester. I have no intention to get one, but it works. And I suppose the reason I'm doing these today, I want to clear up some of the Rosecraft that I've got. I was a bit late in getting this time, because there's two new ones coming in. Now, you've seen other people's videos on them. Well, let me tell you, you see the excitement I have for these two blades. Well, the first one's a twin blade. That'll have to convince me, to be honest. Will have to convince me. The second one is a big single blade with a fat spear point blade. Oh my good gosh, it is gorgeous, and I can't wait to see it. And it's like in a moss green colour. Well, it's a brown bone, moss green. I don't know what that means, but it looks green on the screen anyway. But I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. The other one's bone as well. So they should be with me in the next 3 or 4 days. They were sent from America a couple of days ago, so hopefully they'll get here very shortly. And I can't wait to show you them, because I think the second one is going to be it's going to replace what's my favourite. But I seen somebody the other day, was it Fish Face? What do you call him? Tim, School of Fish. That's how I remember things. Sorry, Tim. But Tim was showing us top 5. And I think that's what I'll do. When I get these two in, I'm going to show my top 5 of my Rosecraft knives and let you see what he thinks. And maybe some of the other creators could do that as well. And just make a little interesting montage of videos. But look, you just can't beat them for price. Here we've got from 43 to 64. 43, 64. But when you're buying the older ones, you're getting them a little bit cheaper. And they're, again, 2 years old is the maximum they're going to be. But get started. Try that one if you want to. If you've got any hesitation that Paddy's waffling or all these other people are waffling, try this one to see how good the fit and finish, how everything is put together. And let me tell you, if there's anything wrong with these, I know Rosecraft blades, because we know Andy Armstrong, we know Swags, we know the other fella who I can't remember his name every video. I am so sorry. But Andy Armstrong and Swags, they're going to stand over it. They have a reputation that's worldwide at the moment. They're not going to ruin that for the sake of letting a badly prepared knife or a badly set up knife. They're not going to do that. But if something does go wrong and one sneaks through, I and you should have every confidence they will stand behind them. And so far, it looks exactly like that, which I wouldn't have expected anymore. So there you go. There's two of these knives, 143, 164, both fantastic. I love the design that went into this one. A little bit more than this? Yeah, a little bit more. but still, two very good knives for you to start with. If you haven't already started, and if you've started and you haven't got these two, get over there and buy them wherever your nearest stockist is and buy them. And here in the UK, the one that's got the most blades at the minute is Heinne Haynes. They've got most of them in, including these two. All right, Paddy's away. Take care. Have a nice day. And I'll see you tonight. For me and Justin are having our podcast tonight at 7:30 UK time. Please, wherever you are in the world, if you want to pop and join us, we'd be more than welcome. It's a friendly chit chat, talk about knives, talk about our weeks. It's just one of those shows that you can sit and relax. It's not very complicated, because we're not very complicated. Well, yeah, we are thick. All right. Take care. See you tonight if you're coming. If not, thank you very much for watching this. Bye now.